Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video, and thanks for watching. Thank you to my day ones, twos, and threes. Thank you to all my new subscribers that's coming in. That means well. Thank you so very much. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. So everything is alleged and fair act all in the description box. So help yourself to it. Okay. Today I want to talk about Jelani Day, y'all. Jelani Day. The young man, 25-year-old, that was about to become a doctor. Okay. First of all, before we get started, I just want to say this. I do not understand why there's not more people covering this story. I don't understand where the people that are supposed to represent us are. You know, normally, like when a police take somebody out or whatever, there's Jesse Jackson, there's all these people coming and running, the lawyers and stuff that only come out when, you know, a police take a person out or something like that. Where are they now? This case is, it's worse than when the police do it. How he was taken out. The new things that's coming out right now are crazy. Okay, y'all? Organs missing. Y'all? Organs missing. Eyes missing. Private parts cut off. This was personal. Very personal. And we already talked about the fact that, you know, the teacher or the professor was blowing his phone up the night before. We talked about, you know, him supposed to meet up with her the next day, him showing up on the camera, but her saying that he did not show up. So we talked about that. But it's something I want to go back to because it's something that stands out. It's standing out like crazy, y'all, okay? I want to go to the fact that when he went to the dispensary, okay, as he's walking in, you do not see a phone in his hand. I don't see a phone in his hand. Not quite sure if it's one in his pocket, but I don't see one in his hand, okay? And he has on some shorts. So, not sure. But normally when people get out of their car and they got their keys, they normally got their phone in their hand too. So, we can assume he left his phone in the car. Okay? And I remember when I talked about him parking away from the door and being in camera, but far away from the door. Okay? And it was parks like right in front of the door. Now, we know some of them are disabled, handicapped spots, but there were some next to it that were empty. And he chose to park all the way across, which means, one, he either wanted to be in front of the camera, or two, someone was in that car. Okay? Now, I want to give y'all two scenarios that could be the case. All right? I'm going to give you two that I feel that could be a part of this. All right, y'all? Number one, did he meet up with the teacher? Did he come there to meet her? And then, you know, they met up like, you know, a little time after that. And was she in the car? Okay. So we need to know if she was at school at the time that he was at the dispensary. All right, y'all? Was she in that car? Because it would make sense for him to park all the way across so that no one would see her in the car. with him. She would not be seen on no camera or anything like that. Okay, just him in the car, but you wouldn't be able to see who's in the car. So could this be possible? Ask yourself this question. Was she in the car? Now, another thing that stands out is the fact that he left the dispensary at 9:21 a.m. This is what it's saying. He left at 9:21 a.m. and his phone pinged off at 9:20. So are we safe? Is it safe to say that whomever might have been in the car turned his phone off? Ask yourself this question, okay? And then you got to ask yourself this question. Why would somebody turn his phone off? If it was her, did she have feelings for him, this student, if she was in the car? Did somebody else call and she turned his phone off? Okay. She already seems a little odd that she's blowing his phone up like that. So did she have a thing for this guy? She turned his phone off. Could that be possible? Okay. Since the phone went off while he was in the dispensary. Now, they've been releasing little clips and snippets here and there of him in the dispensary. Did they show him with his phone, y'all? That's what they need to look at on the camera. Did they show him use his phone at all while he was in the dispensary on the camera? Because that means a lot. That means he turned his own phone off if he had it inside of the dispensary, because it went off at 9:20. Stop pinging. But if they do not show him with his own phone in there, then it's possible. Like I said, somebody in the car did it. All right. Now, did he get back in that car and go somewhere with this woman? And was they followed? Okay. You got to ask yourself this question. Was somebody following them from the dispensary? Watching everything. Now, word on the street is that she's married. Now, this seems like whoever did this, it was personal. So did the husband have a problem with her and him being so close? Her calling this man after 9 o'clock so many times. Texting this man back and forth. Did the husband find out something? Or get jealous? Or maybe even another student, because if she's doing this, she didn't just start. Now we know school just started back. So was there others that she could have been dealing with that could have possibly gotten jealous because there's a new tadpole in town? Okay, y'all? So we got to think about that. Did him and her go somewhere to smoky? And did somebody run up on them? Okay? Now, when you think about that, you got to also think about whoever ran up on them, she knew them. Was she trying to get in front of the story? I said this last time. Was she trying to get in front of the story? Did they take this guy's phone and stuff and do whatever they wanted to do to him? And tell her to go pretend like she don't know nothing? Because, I haven't seen the interview. I've been looking for that interview that she gave, but I haven't seen it. But everybody was saying that she was acting really, really scared on her. Now, this would make sense that she would be scared if she knows the person who did it. Okay? And she's afraid of them maybe doing something to her if she tell, or even being tied to this, especially when there's some stuff going on outside of the classroom, which you contacted him and got his personal phone number and blah, 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 blah. Okay, y'all? So you got to think about that this way. Did they take Was she out with him smoking and somebody ran up? They could have been out somewhere where trying to not be seen at. Maybe out in some wood area, whatever, and park the car to go smoke. You never know. Okay? But there's some other things that's popping up right now that don't make no sense. The paper license plates. Okay? Was that put on later on to cover up things? The paper license plates, the phone missing, that tells a lot. And that is probably going to be the key to this whole investigation. His phone records. Okay? If who all he was talking to, everybody that's on his list of calls need to be thoroughly checked out of where they were, when, and how. Okay? Now, I'm hearing also that she got some phone records. And the phone records is not matching up with the locations that they say he were. Okay? So it's a lot of things that's not adding up. Now, I want to go to the second scenario. Okay? That's the first scenario. Was he with her? All right? And she's trying to get in front of things, cover up her mess that she helped create, okay? By having, unprofessional stuff going on in the wee hours, okay? Now, the second scenario that I say is, let's go back to this, okay? I don't want to upset the family. I don't want to upset anybody. But let's go back to this as well, y'all. I said this in the other video. There's no mention of a girlfriend. No mention of a girlfriend. As fine as he was, okay? No mention of a girl. That screams volumes too, okay? Either he was focused on his work and wasn't thinking about no girls, which is kind of odd that they wouldn't be all over him chasing, okay? Number one. The second part, could he have been attracted to men? Now, could he have had somebody in that car that he was attracted to? And maybe they were playing him. Okay? We know there's a lot of people that, I know people personally, that done things to gay people because they don't like them. So could somebody have been pretending to be gay? And they had other plans for him. And just maybe they were in the car with him. Okay? Could they have turned the phone off? Could it have been more than one person in the car with him, y'all? Ask yourself this question. Was somebody sitting behind him? Was somebody sitting on the side of him? Did they turn his phone off when he was inside of the dispensary? Did he park across over there so that people wouldn't see him in the car with the guy and going to get some smoky? Okay? Did they turn his phone off when he was outside of the car? And when they got back in the car, they went somewhere and some stuff went down because they not gay in the first place. They just didn't like him. Could have been jealousy. When I said that I think a fraternity has something to do with it, it doesn't necessarily mean it's his fraternity. It could have been another fraternity. Okay, y'all? It could have something to do with a fraternity trying to help cover this up. That, is associated with this professor. There are so many things right now that does not make any sense. You can't find his keys to the car, but you can find his car. Don't make no sense, especially when they want to say that he could have done this to himself. then you would have found his keys, y'all. Okay? Um, they're finding bits and bits of pieces of stuff scattered different areas. Different areas, y'all. They finding clothes somewhere. They're finding his lanyard, his, school ID stuff in other spots. They're finding different things. The wallet in other areas that don't make any sense. Yeah. It don't make no sense whatsoever. And it seems like they put all his stuff scattered all around just to throw people off. This person that said that they saw somebody drop his wallet, is this all a play to throw off the investigation of what really happened to him? I don't see him just wandering around dropping bits and bits of pieces of his stuff in different areas and then go take his clothes off and jump in the lake. That doesn't make any sense, y'all. And I don't know why celebrities is not getting onto this. I don't know why the news people ain't covering this more. I don't know why our leaders are not out here snapping out about this. His organs were missing, which means another thing that could be sinister going on here. Were his body parts sold? That's a twofer for somebody that didn't like him. That somebody that had some animosity toward him. Why not make, it's a lot of people doing some very evil things to get a bag these days. A lot of people is, putting bags on people's heads. Okay? It's a lot of that going on. A lot of people is taking people out to get a bag now. And it's been going on for a while that people buy body parts. So could they have sold his body parts too? Ask yourself this question. It's a lot of answers that we need. And I'm going to tell y'all this. For the keys to be missing, the phone to be missing, his organs missing, it's a serious cover-up going on right here. Okay? And they're making sure that they send people off. Another thing that I do believe that's going to bust this case wide open is them phone records. The mother is going to have to go through Apple or whoever, his phone was with, most likely Apple or whatever, because that's what, people that got money buy, the Apple phone. They're going to have to go to Apple and they're going to have to get all of his recent calls. They're going to have to get all those calls, and they're going to have to go through all of those people that's on that call record with a fine-tooth comb. Because the girl's finding his clothes and all of that, I am really seriously thinking that all of this is part of the cover-up, y'all. So I hope the mother, I hope she has a good lawyer that's going to make sure that they go through them phone records, y'all. Because even though they got rid of that phone, they still can pull up the text messages, all of his call logs, and that's so very important. It's so very important. It could be the key to who was maybe in that car with him, who he was talking to the last couple days of his life before he left and went home and came back, or whatever, however that long it was before that last time. They need them records. That is the key right now. And like I said, it does not matter if they can't find that phone. His mother has the rights to all of his information that's attached to that phone. And if the FBI, like they said, is involved in this, then they have access to those text messages and all of that stuff that was on that phone as well. Okay, so we're going to see if they're going to do their job. Because right now, it doesn't seem like they're doing it. for the fact that they would say that this kid took his own self out, especially when his body part was cut off. Ain't no way, y'all. Okay? So let's just stay tuned. I am still keeping up with it as much as I can. People were asking me about what fraternity he was in. Was he in a fraternity from that school, or was it a fraternity from somewhere else where he came from? I don't know. From what I'm hearing, that was his first year there. And he started when school started back. So he wasn't even there that long to even know this woman like that. For her to be following him around, going to his class to see if he showed up and all of this, and acting like she in a panic. For her to be calling him after 9 o'clock and all this. All of this don't make no sense. Okay? So I hope that, I hope they make it public, the people that's on his call records, because more than them need to be digging into this. They need, more people digging to find out who all he was talking to and all of that. We need to know who this husband is as well. Okay? Do he got a record? Have he done anything like this before? Is he prejudiced? Okay? We need to know all of this, because this seemed very personal. Either somebody didn't like him because maybe, possibility, that he, swing the other rat. Okay? And they could have been on some bull crap to, do something to him. Jealousy, body parts, or it points in the direction of this professor, allegedly. Okay, y'all? So, like I said, let's just stay tuned and see, what comes of it. As I collect anything, I will let you all know. I don't know about the sorority, fraternity he was in. Was it this from that school or not? I haven't found that out yet or whatever. But, I'm trying to dig as I possibly can and find out some things. Okay, y'all? So, please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank you so much for watching. Peace.